Really proud of our team. I didn't think we played really well the first half, but give State credit for that. Dave had them ready to play, and they did a lot of good things. We dropped some balls, and we didn't plant our feet very well at running back. And a couple of guys said at halftime, "It's slick out there," and I said, "Well, it's not slick for them. They're not slipping." So we had to settle down and play. Probably tried too hard in the first half, and I thought the biggest difference in the second half was turnovers that led to points. So I was really proud that. Number one, we forced turnovers with our defense, which we haven't done a lot during the season, and then we turned them into points, and that got the game out of reach very quickly. The other stat that's amazing is 24 out of the last 27 years, the team that's run the ball for the most yards has won the game, and that's what happened tonight as well. So proud of Sam, proud of our defense. Thought our coaches did a great job adjusting at halftime, and Dave Dorn's a really good friend of mine. He's done a tremendous job here. He's taken them to 5 bowls. He's a tremendous football coach, and again, I thought he fought a lot of injuries and stuff this year, but I thought he had his team ready to play tonight. Questions?
Mack, the significance, you've been to a ton of bowls, but the significance to do that in your first year?
Well, it's really important, Jeff, for a lot of reasons. Number one, I think we lost to Duke 4 out of the last 5, and the guys got over that hump, and we lost to State 4 out of the last 5, and the guys got over that hump, and they get another game together, and it gives us a chance to have a winning season by winning the bowl game. So they're really happy in that dressing room.
Matt, what things kind of went through your mind when it became certain that you all won, or either when you got the Gatorade bath?
I tell you, Jonathan, I'm never certain we're going to win. I'm always, even when we put the second team offense in at the end of the game, I'm thinking, now let's see, how quick could they score? Could the onside kick, and could they do those things? So I don't think I really realized it till Josh Henderson made that last first down when the game was over with 1:23 or something left. But just proud for those guys. It's I think I was shocked when we beat South Carolina and Miami because we were struggling and weren't very good. I feel more like now we've got a chance to be a good football team, and we still had trouble at corner some tonight with the young corners, but they even came up, the freshmen came up with a couple of turnovers. So they've got to grow up and help us in the bowl game.
401 yards passing today for Sam. Can you talk about the job that he did today and through the season? Really?
Yes. Sam, he does that every week, and a lot of young guys would have been so disappointed at halftime that they'd have been down on themselves and bad body language after the bad throw and the interception that led to points, and let them take the lead into halftime. Sam wasn't any different. I mean, he wasn't any different at the end of the game than he was at halftime. He just is, he's very cool as he goes through. Now, things I'm seeing him do more, he goes down to the defense before they go out every time now. He goes down to the kicking teams and encourages them. So he's really starting to be a great leader for us as well.
In the last couple of weeks, some of the older guys have expressed how important it was that you told the seniors that you were going to get them to a bowl, you weren't going to toss them aside like a lot of new coaches do. How rewarding is it that you kind of delivered on? It wasn't a promise, but it was certainly one of your more important goals.
It's really rewarding for me and the coaches because those seniors are so happy. And even last week for Mercer, I didn't play bad, and they didn't. They played really hard. They played really well, and I thought that was for the seniors. And this makes it even more special because we said this is senior night again because this is their last game, and we can extend it another one. And you're also fighting the emotion of state senior night. So the seniors are really, really happy. Good for them. They've hung in there with us. We've had some really tough losses where they could have laid down and quit. I think they appropriately learned to hurt after those losses. I wasn't sure that we knew that. We'd lost so much at the first of the year that I wasn't sure that we really got it. But they would have been crushed tonight if they'd lost, and they're equally as happy.
You were having a hard time running the ball, and it seemed like Javante turned things around. What changed there in the third quarter?
I think the biggest thing was we were probably trying too hard, and State was ready to play. They're good against the run. They're big and strong up inside, and we like the first third down and one we had. We missed a run through by the linebacker, and he hits us in the backfield with a fumble, and so they were ready to play, and they were excited. And I just felt like in the second half when the first time we got the turnover, first 5 minutes of the second half, so important. We get the turnover. Sam looks. He doesn't see what he wants. He makes a great decision to turn and throw it to Javante in space. and he made the play, and then the next play, he gets it and bounces outside and runs in space. So I also thought we were probably trying to run up inside too much, and we needed to work on the corners, and we did a better job of that the second half.
Without a game next week, how long will you allow yourself to enjoy this one?
You know, I don't know. I'm going recruiting Monday, so we'll have a staff meeting tomorrow at 3. Thank goodness we have to make more plans now. This staff's never been to a bowl together, so we've got to really look at when do we give them off, when do they start practicing, they got finals. We got a whole lot of things to do now differently than saying, season's over, I wish we'd won the game. So that'll be fun. But I'm going to really try to enjoy this one tonight.
Mack, what does it say about your team to end the season with 2 dominant wins after such close losses and close wins for the rest of the season?
I think the biggest thing it says is confidence. They're becoming a more confident team, and when you have so many close losses before you start this year, and then you win 2 close ones to start with, and then you lose 2 close ones to start with, and then you come down to having a chance to beat Clemson and you lose it, then you go to Georgia Tech and play okay. We should have done better, but we were okay. So we're kind of confused on who we are, and I think now we think we've got a chance to be pretty good when we all play together. And I think the word I would think is confidence more than anything else. We talked about discipline tonight. We talked about composure tonight. I was really proud for both teams. Dave and I talked about it before the game, that we don't need any fights and we don't need anything that is outside of the whistles. Let's make this rivalry really classy again and very respectful with the 2 teams. And I thought pretty much that was done tonight.
You mentioned before the season that Antonio Williams said the one thing that him and the team needed to do was learn how to win. Do you think they know how to win now?
I do. This was a great example, because going on the road in a tough environment against your rival, where they've got a lot of confidence in winning this game, not playing well the first half, being behind at halftime because you messed it up, turned it over, and let them score because you have a bust. I mean, we did everything wrong at the end of the half that you could do. And I'm not sure at one point in the season that we wouldn't have had bad body language and said, oh, here we go again. And they didn't do that. They came right back and stood up and played a great second half. And then they got a little giddy at the end of the third quarter. And I had to say, come on, guys, act like we've been here. Let's finish. You got to finish the game. And we did that.
So you get to go recruiting with us now, and you get the extra practice. What does this win kind of mean in the big picture for you guys?
Oh boy, it means everything. It's last spring we were selling hope, and now Bubba's been able to he and the Rams Club gave us money for facilities, so our facilities are really nice now. And when a young recruit comes in there, he's excited about it. We got official visits this weekend and next weekend, but I'll be in high schools and homes well, really for the next 2 weeks, but starting Monday all next week, and it'll be a whole lot easier to walk in there with a smile. The other thing this does is this win gives your fans, your boosters, a chance to walk into work Monday with a smile on their face when they've got someone from the other team, and that hasn't happened for us a lot. So I'm really proud for our fans. This was an important win for them.
Which dance move did you pull off in the locker room?
You know, I don't know what it was. They brought me another one. I actually forgot to sing the fight song first because I was so excited about the win, and I always get nervous about the dance, so it was ugly. But it was better. It was Jaleel Taylor and Easy were the ones that gave me the dance move, and I think they'd really worked on it because they felt like Dominic Ross let me down the last time because he said, be natural and do your deal, coach, and that's not very good. Anything else?
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you all very much.